excuse me. Now, this one has had a bit of a mishap because at some point in the past, a cat knocked it off where it was stood, which has taken its toll on the case. So what I'm going to try to do is dismantle the unit and try and stick the case back together. We can also take a look at just how simple everything is in here from an amplification perspective. So we've got our transistors here. So those are our, I think those are our MOSFET devices. And it looks like we have 2 per channel. And we've obviously got what looks like, I would guess, a pre-amplification stage at the front here. Obviously power supply here, and it looks like it can actually be switched between different voltages. So at the moment it's plugged into the 240 volt slot. However, you can move it to 200 to 117, so 100 volts to 117 volts. However, we'll keep it there because we're in the UK and we don't want to exactly blow up any fuses or anything like that. A number of large capacitors. There's a couple mounted at the front here. There's a large one here. A few other smaller capacitors on the board itself, which are 35 volt 1000 microfarad devices for this one. I'm not sure what these larger ones are. Oh, there we are. They are, blimey, yeah, they're quite big. 63 volt 1000 microfarad devices. So I'm not going to be touching any of the electrolytics on this because the actual unit itself is running well. So I don't think there's any need to be fiddling about with the internals. However, what we do need to sort out is this rather poorly case. So on the underside we have 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 screws, excluding the feet. So it looks like the actual unit bolts into here. Possibly you've got the front bezel attached with another couple of screws as well. So let's get a crosshead bit, stick it onto this multi-tool screwdriver, and let's undo these 4 here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hopefully you got that one there as well, so that needs to come away. And it looks like, with luck, that has actually released the whole unit itself. So let's gently lift that up. There we go. And that is the case itself. We can actually see here where there has been a bit of damage. So we'll just gently prise away that. We still have this lip here, so I'm hoping we'll be able to stick it back together. And that is what the underside obviously looks like. So we've got the feet here, which you can see if I go up a bit higher there. And then you have the screws that attach it to the main unit. So we'll take those out. So I've just noticed one has fallen out. So we'll need to retrieve that. So the other one has fallen there. Oh, there's the actual metal bit that came with it. There we go. So this can be set to one side. It's actually quite a nice finish. So this sort of brushed aluminium affair on the front, and actually sort of a nicely cradled setup there, so it can fit into a different case if you so desire. So let's put that to one side. Let's bring the actual case over here. So this escaped from here, so that needs to go back on there. And that effectively acts as a washer and locating point for that screw. So what we're going to try to do is to glue this back together, and to do that we are going to go into here like so, and we're going to stick down on this side as well. What I think we need to do is repair this mounting point. So these act as little brackets for mounting the whole setup onto the whole of the case, and I don't want to, if possible, destroy those. So what we will do is, using some of this Gorilla glue for wood, is we shall try. Oh, there's a little bit coming out there. That's possibly a little too much, but with luck that should hopefully go onto there. Just wipe it away. So let's go and grab a cloth. There you go, so I've actually got a slightly damp cloth which should do the job quite nicely. So just want to get that out of the way. And that needs time to settle and stick. So let's put some pressure onto that. Let's see how long this takes to set. So according to the instructions, join and clamp for 20 to 30 minutes. Parts should fit tightly. Excess glue can be removed with a clean wet cloth or scraped off after. So that's good. So let's just leave that there. Now let's focus on this piece here. So as you can see, there are bits of residue on there, and again it looks like we should be able to slot this in quite nicely. So what I'm going to try to do is keep this vertical. So keep it like that. There we go. And let's apply a bead of glue in here. So into this gap. So glue down into the gap. Now this will splodge out and will need to be cleaned off, but at the moment I just want to get a nice seal. We'll also put some glue up along this top edge as well. So we're going to put some glue up here, like so. So glue up along the top. Excuse the noise in the background, I think my youngest is having a bit of a tantrum. And some along these little bracing points. There we go. So there we are. Let's put the cap back onto the glue. Now what I should be able to do is, that's the correct way around, so we go into the gap here, and then we need to come into the gap up here. But to do that, it looks like you've got to clamp it together. which is probably why I wasn't able to do it properly by just touching it together. There we are. There we go. And that needs quite a bit of weight putting on it to keep that in place. So let's see what we can do about that. So, like so. Now we need something to put a bit of weight on this. Because that's really not going to stay in one place for long. So I also need to do this side as well. And this side goes in like so. So come down and have a look. In like so. And we're in. As I say, it really needs quite a bit of force on it. I'm trying to think of a way that we can keep the force on there whilst this dries. We need something really quite heavy on there to keep it together. So I am going to go and take a look at something that will keep this together. So normally I would use a ratchet strap, however I don't have any ratchet straps available. Really should have bought one before doing this. I normally have a few, but they've all gone on to various things. So what I'm going to use is this belt, standard leather belt, and that seems to have actually been enough to really sort of clamp it together there. So what we can do now is brush off, wipe down these various glue stains. Oh, there we go, so get that to there. And focus on just wiping these clean. I'm not going to be too precious about wiping it down inside, however I will wipe off the ones underneath which are starting to run. So I'll get rid of those. And there we go. So in about half an hour or so I should be able to mount the actual amplifier back into this case. However, I'm probably going to leave it 24 hours. The room I'm actually in is quite warm, so this should actually dry quite nicely. So I would recommend just leaving it for 24 hours just to set completely. And there we go. Obviously the belt can be reused once it's finished doing this particular job, but it has actually served this purpose really well, as that has clamped it together quite nicely. Anyway, if you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and also consider subscribing for more upcoming fascinating hobbies. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell and do all of that stuff that popular YouTubers tell you to do. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.